Hey guys, how's it going? We're in Newport, Rhode Island at the Newport Flower Show, and it is a gorgeous, gorgeous place. We are at a house called Rosecliff. It's a wonderful setting. I want to show you guys this house and tell you a little bit about it. So the house was built between 1898 and 1902 by the Ulrichs, and Teresa Ulrich was a silver heiress, and she wanted to have a place built where she could entertain grandly. And I think she accomplished her goal because this place is amazing. We do not have architecture that looks like this on the west side of the country, so I just love that I'm here standing in front of it. I feel like I'm in Europe right now. So they had this designed to kind of replicate the Grand Trianon, which is a estate that was built on Versailles. So it's on in the same domain as Versailles. It was built by King Louis XIV as a retreat for himself and his then mistress. So this one was built in the same basic style, except for this one has a second floor and it also has a third floor, but you can't see it from the front. The Ulrichs had the house until 1941, and then it went through a few other different families, and then it fell into the Monroe family. And the Monroes were from the deep south, and they wanted this place as a summer home, somewhere to retreat from the really, really hot, really humid summers down in the deep south. And they also wanted it as an entertaining house, and they threw wild, relaxed Mardi Gras themed parties here. And they had it until 1971, and at that time they donated the entire estate. It's 6.5 acres, the home, everything inside it, plus $2 million for operating expenses. And they donated this to the Preservation Society of Newport County. So I just wanted to show you guys this house because it's so beautiful. I just love looking at architecture like this, and now it's open to the public. They do tours, they hold events like the flower show, they do weddings here. Can you imagine having a wedding at this place? If I had access to a place like this where we live, this is totally where we would have gotten married. It's so beautiful. The gardens are phenomenal too. So look right here to my left, there's a beautiful huge fountain. And in the Versailles garden at our house, I kind of want a water feature that looks similar. Probably not to this scale, but something. I just love that expanse of water with a simple fountain in the middle. And then very formal gardens, of course, around it with annual plantings of heliotrope and begonias, it looks like. And then I want to run up here and show you the gardens right up front. So first of all, the marble stairs and the lion statues, the gorgeous pots up here with the beautiful topiary trees. And then if you look up, I mean, just look at the detail on the building around the windows, the cupids up there. And then right down below, I mean, I know you guys will know why I love this garden. Look at the hedging. Boxwood hedging just does it for me. And I think it's absolutely beautiful. So there are a few displays up here, some really neat ones. I love this with the head planter. This is a still life with plants. This one was done by the Little Compton Garden Club, and they did such a beautiful job. Look at the old antique frame with the head planter, the air plants, the succulents, the moss, the ivy. Just, you know, everyone's creativity is just so different, unique, and beautiful. And I think that's what these kind of shows are so good for. If you ever have the opportunity to go to a flower or home and garden show, you can come and see what other people have done, and it really can spark something inside you. Here's another one I think is really cool, and this one was done by the Plum Beach Garden Club. So there are a bunch of just different displays. There's a bunch of different categories that people can enter things, and they're actually awarded like first, second, third, honorable mentions. They even have a tent set up, which will show you where they've got individual flowers, kind of like a county fair where you can enter your flowers into certain categories, whether or not it's a bulb, a rhizome corm, or if it's a peony or a rose or things like that. So they're all over the flower show, all these different kind of competitions and different displays, and I just think they're so neat. So now I want to show you a few of the flower installations up front. We're at the front of the property now. You can probably see the house right behind me. It's behind those great big beautiful mature trees that I really wish were in my garden. But there are several plant installations with the theme Earth, Wind, and Fire. And the sculptures in this one are meant to represent flames, and I think the plant choice was phenomenal. In fact, many of the plants are from Proven Winners. They are one of the sponsors of the show, and they're the ones who invited us to come out and check it out. I wanted to show you a couple of the plants in here. So I love this one here. We've got a canna in the center with the Vermillionaire Kufia, and then we've got a really gorgeous echinacea, which really plays off the theme well. And then some gorgeous super bells down here with kind of that warm orange, and then the dark colored potato vine, dark colored coleus. Right behind it is Euphorbia fire stick succulent, which is perfect. So anyway, I just think that the plant choice was great for this one. So now let's go to the second one. And I just figured out there are actually several installations, but there are 3 big ones represent earth, wind, and fire. So that first one we looked at represents fire. This one represents wind. And it really does a good job. The plant selection was perfect for this one too. The movement from the grass heads. We've got diamond frost euphorbia in here, which has that ethereal look. Beyond it, we've got Russian sage and a dogwood, some artemisia, and then back toward this area is one of my favorites. Meteor showers verbena mixed in with these grasses make it look really almost prairie-esque. Like, you know, you're out in a meadow somewhere and there's just so much movement, and I think that the design was really great. So I guess the third one is Earth, so let's go check it out. The third installation represents Earth as a planet, and I think all of the sculptures have really lended themselves to the theme beautifully. They were all done by Donald Garola, and I hope that's how you say his name. That's what the name was on the plaque, but he did a beautiful job. So in this one, of course, they all have the hedging, and that's kind of the unifying factor, and then along with the sculptures inside. But we've got a beautiful, this is a pure white butterfly, Marguerite daisy. And you guys know I've been using a lot of Marguerite daisies in my garden this year, and I just love them. Look at how beautiful that is. I love that huge drift, how striking that is. That right there is a good lesson for all of us. It's good to do things in mass because it really does draw your eye. It's huge impact. There's King Tut in here as well. And I like that there wasn't much color. I think that that really does the theme of this one well. To do a lot of green, a lot of just tonal, you know, a lot of textures rather than a lot of poppy color. And then back over here, we've got some Norfolk pines, nice texture, along with some penstemon and some more King Tut and some coleus around the bottom. Anyway, I thought you guys would enjoy seeing these gardens out here. There are several containers. I mean, there's containers everywhere and little pop-up installations all over the place. It would take me forever to show you everything, and there are a lot of neat vendors here too, like pottery and sculptures, plants, just all kinds of stuff. And then right in front of me here, and I love this, they've put together a frame, a huge gold frame with a beautiful love settee, I don't know, but they have done this as a photo op. So you can sit on that couch and it frames in the house. The chandelier's right behind it, so you can get your picture taken. I think that was a brilliant idea. So now I want to show you guys what's going on inside. There's some beautiful stuff, but it's kind of quiet in there, and I don't really want to make a scene or be disrespectful to everybody else that's in there by being loud. So I think what we're going to do is just run in there, get a bunch of pictures and video, and I'm just going to kind of explain all of the stuff kind of over the footage. So when you first enter the house, you can see a huge, beautiful staircase that made me feel just like I was on the set of Beauty and the Beast. It was so pretty. And there are also 2 large doors leading into other rooms. The ornate carving and detail on all the door cases, walls, and ceilings was completely to die for, not to mention the insanely gorgeous chandeliers. Each of the rooms showcased various flower arrangements entered by individuals, garden clubs, or classrooms to be judged and awarded first, second, third, and honorable mention. The first thing we saw were these miniature dresses created with nothing but plant materials, and to me this was one of the most impressive things I saw. Look at all that intricacy and detail. Each contestant had to list out and display every material they used, and I found it very interesting to find out what they incorporated into each of their designs. The detail and execution was unreal. I was so inspired by them. There were also entries of jewelry made, again, with nothing but plant materials. They looked real. The pieces that looked like turquoise were actually made of macadamia nut shells, and this beautiful gold necklace, which was my favorite, was made of a mixture of boxwood leaves, bachelor button seed heads, reeds, allspice, raffia, and mustard seeds. There were also some paintings where the artist used only plant materials to create. And I really loved this one because it shows a design of a formal garden, and you guys know how I love a good formal garden. In the other room, there were several cut flower arrangements ranging from modern design to more classic and traditional. I really liked this classic white and apricot arrangement the best, but this mostly orange colored one was pretty impressive as well. Also, in a little side room, there were drawings and paintings of many different types of flowers, and I really loved the black and white sketches. I think they are so gorgeous and detailed. Just outside in a tent, there were tons of entries in lots of different categories like potted plants, single blooms, or foliage. It was set up like our county fair and it felt really homey to me. I loved to see all of the beautifully colored roses, the peonies, which was a real treat because they've been done blooming in our area for quite a number of weeks now. Massive alliums, many different succulents, and of course the fairy garden entries, which were so cute. There were a couple formal looking fairy gardens that I loved. So now you guys have seen what's on the inside, so I wanted to show you what's out on the back lawn and the view back here. Let's go check it out. Another beautiful, huge fountain, tons of vendors, and the Atlantic Ocean. I think this is an ideal location for something like this, really for any event. It's so pretty. I think this is a cute hat. I don't know if I can pull off hats like this though. And I just found out there's some ice cream and lemonade vendors down here, so that is where I'm heading next. So that's pretty much the show, you guys. We really enjoyed ourselves being able to see everything, be here at this beautiful location. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and we will see you in the next one.